Boogity boogity boogity. Let's go racing, boys. I'm your host, Eric Pate, back with another episode of Talk Racing with Eric Pate. Yes, I know, this podcast might be a little different today. You see 7 people right here on my computer screen. Eric Jones, Clint Boyer, Kyle Larson, Matt Benedetto, Bubba Wallace, General Flores, and Ty Dillon. You might want to ask what am I going to do. I am going to put... So, there's a thing called silly season. So what is silly season, you might ask? So silly season is like possibility of changing teams or rides, whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make my predictions where I think these drivers are gonna go in 2021. I would explain my decision for Clint in a sec. So, and I'm surprised that Chastain isn't on here, because I automatically know where he's going to go. So, but the open seats, I'm going to pick where I think each driver should go. So, let's start off with Eric Jones. He got kicked out of his ride, and won't be returning to the 20 next season, even though he has won a couple of races in the 20 car. Sorry, I'm just gonna move my thing. So with Eric Jones, I say he stays in the Cup Series. I think he stays with Toyota, and I say he goes to the 96 next season. So let's talk about the next one, Kyle Larson. It wasn't a contract year, and I think he signed an extension when we were on the COVID-19 break until a certain incident occurred. I don't see him going back to his ride. I don't see him driving for any Chevrolet. So I'm gonna put him. I think the best place for him is a 14. I say let's move him. Because unless Chevrolet hires Larson back, which I don't think will happen after the incident back in April, so I say move him to the 14. Don't know. So we got Daniel Flores here. With him, I see him going to a couple places. I see him going to Go Fast Racing, which is after 32. I also see him going to... There's a couple possibilities, I think, where he will land. He could possibly go to Richard Petty. But, best case scenario, is I'm going to move him. Let's go ahead and move him to the 32. Let's go ahead and move him. Sorry, but I'm going to move this 32 real quick. See, I'm waiting for that little... I want to move him to the 32. We got Ty Dillon. His team is shedding. His team is up for sale. I'd see... And Denny Hamlin's going to buy it. But I don't think he's going to go to Joe Gibbs Racing if Denny Hamlin happens to leave Joe Gibbs Racing, because he might go race for himself. Because he's buying Germain Racing. He's talking about buying Germain Racing, and I think he's going to buy Germain Racing. But is he going to actually drive for himself? I don't think so. So I say move him to his affiliate of his granddad. Put him in the 43 for next season. Okay, next we got Matt Benedetto. His name's always so hard to say. I don't know. I have heard that Austin Cindric's going 21. At the same, and nothing is definite yet. I don't think, for the Benedetto. So, while we're podcasting here, why don't we go ahead and look it up? Let's see. Because I don't want to make a mistake and accidentally put 2-1 right next to the Benedetto. So we're actually going to look this up. Apparently I don't know how to spell Google. See, is he out? Oh, he's still in a talk with staying with the Wood Brothers. I say he does. I say keep him at the Wood Brothers. He deserves that good ride. He deserves a good ride. I want to talk about Clint more. So we got Bubba Wallace. I have used all the possible numbers already that could be used in silly season. There's only 6 numbers I know of. 6, 14, 32, 43, 21. But there's one number left. And I think he isn't deserving of it. Even though I think he does have... I think he... Like I said with Eric, I've said several times what the driver before Bubba Wallace in that 43 car was Eric Almirola. Eric Almirola, ever since though he moved to Stuart House Racing, Eric Almirola improved dramatically. And it would not surprise me one bit if we was to move Bubba to a better team, like we'll say Hendrick Motorsports. It would not surprise me one bit if we move him to Hendrick and he does excellent. Like I said with Eric Almirola, in 2018, in, well, the 4 or 5 years he was at Richard Petty, he was hardly in talk of getting a win. And he only made the playoffs once. And that was when he won his only Cup Series race at Daytona at the time, when he moved. Then 2018, every year he's been with Stuart House Racing, he's made the playoffs. Yes, I know he got eliminated in round 16 last year, but he's looking like to make the round of 12 this year, and if he does, he has a pretty good shot at winning Talladega again. Now, is his teammate going to dominate Talladega again? No, but anyway, back to my point with Bubba Wallace. I think there's just wrong. I think he's just in the wrong car right now. Bubba is. I think if you move Bubba, I think he's gonna improve. I think the guy has talent. I think Bubba Wallace has talent. He has a lot of talent. He almost won a couple times in the 43. He about won the Daytona night race a couple weeks ago in the 43. He about pulled off an upset, which would have knocked out, I think, the Benedetto. No, he would have knocked out William Byron. But William Byron happened to win the race, though. Even though he was above the cut line. He was above the cut line before the final restart. But William Byron still got in on his win. But I think if Bubba improves next season, I move him to the 48. I go ahead and move him to the 48, and I think he's going to improve dramatically. I don't get... yes, and I now woke up saying, hey, he didn't know that... he didn't even know about the news in his garage. A lot of sources said he didn't know, so I can't blame him. He didn't know. He was already back in Charlotte. I think he was back in Charlotte when they told him. Or he was at the airport. He was in one of those two places. So I moved Bubba to the 48 next season. So that leaves one driver left. Clint Boyer. And I think reason why I specifically picked this for Clint, because so they did iRacing earlier this year during the COVID break. They did iRacing. What is iRacing? It's like NASCAR, but in a virtual world. And he called almost every race. I think he didn't do Richmond, I believed. I don't think he did Richmond. He either didn't do Richmond or Dover. He didn't do one of those two, but he was behind the wheel during one of the iRaces. And he seemed to have fun, and he was he was an in-race supporter. I think if we actually move him to the booth, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's why I chose this for him, because I think he has a. I think it's where he belongs. I think he belongs in the booth. I really think Clint Boyer should go to the Fox Sports booth next season. I like how he drives, but I think he belongs in the booth. I personally think he belongs in the booth next season. And Fox needs another broadcaster. NBC has 4, and Fox only has 2. And I think 3 sounds right for NASCAR, having 2 ex-drivers. Jeff Gordon is one of them. So this is what my silly season looks like. I see Eric Jones going 96, Kyle Larson to the 14, Daniel Flores in the 32, Matt DiBenedetto in the 21, Ty Dillon in the 43, Bubba Wallace in the 48, and Clint Boyer in the Fox Sports booth. I think he and Jeff Gordon, that's going to be a blast. I really think with him and Jeff Gordon in the booth, I think it's going to be a blast. 2 of the most energetic guys in NASCAR. I think Jeff Gordon's very energetic. Same thing with Clint Boyer. I rewatched Cole Custer Cup win from Kentucky. Just remembered Kentucky. And I just want you guys to listen closely to Jeff Gordon. Imagine if Clint but just imagine. I want you guys, we're just going to listen to it. No copyright, it is intended.
Here we go.
That's going to be Cole Custer to the outside of Brad Keselowski, putting him 3 wide.
He got a push from Matt DiBenedetto.
Can he stay in it in that upper groove? Here comes Kevin Harvick back to the outside of our leader, Martin Truex Jr.
Look at the run that Custer has.
They touch. Here comes Custer.
He had a big run down the straightaway.
How did Martin Truex Jr. get to the outside of the 4-car Kevin Harvick? Here comes Blaney to the inside, 3 wide. Custer to the outside, 4 wide.
White flag waves, 1 to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Next flag ends it.
They're banging off one another.
Custer to the lead.
Oh, heavy tire rub on the 4-car Kevin Harvick.
A rookie is going to win Kentucky. Can you believe it?
I never would have believed it till now, Mike.
Custer, Truex, DiBenedetto, Harvick, Blaney.
Wow.
Off the final turn. Rookie Cole Custer wins Kentucky. Can you believe it?
Just imagine if Clint Boyer was in the booth for that. I think it would have been way more exciting and we would hear way more energetic coming from Clint Boyer. And Clint Boyer has did some booth work in the Xfinity series. They had him doing full-time Xfinity. He decided to sign up to do some full-time Xfinity stuff. And when not Fox had NASCAR, well, if they had a double header in the Xfinity series on one weekend, or they had to do the Xfinity race and the Cup race on the same day, Clint couldn't do it because Clint had to be at the track, and they were doing it in Charlotte. And I watched a couple of them, and I think Clint Boyer, holy crap, the energetic in his voice. Just imagine though, like we just listened to just now, just imagine if he was in the booth for that. I like the guy personality, Clint Boyers. By the way, there was no copyrighting intended. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, favorite, be nice, go be awesome. Air Pate, don't hate. See you later. Let's go and save this. I'm gonna use that thumbnail. Now, like, subscribe, comment, favorite, be nice, go be awesome. Air Pate, don't hate. See you later.